We wrote hiring, onboarding, and ramping salespeople because that might be the most critical function for any organization that is trying to grow today.
Anything that has to do with sales performance starts at the minute that a new hire comes into an organization.
Yeah, this is the foundation. I mean, it's the clay that you're going to build your entire organization based upon. And there's a lot of sloppiness out there.
There is. And we think that the effort should be spent trying to build a strong foundation, bringing the right people into the organization and ramping them up in a methodical way to a point where they develop mastery in their role, as opposed to looking backwards and just trying to make some tweaks to the system that exists today.
Yeah, so we've seen this in a lot of organizations, and because of that, we developed the team framework to help those organizations to succeed consistently, also to get partnership throughout the organization in multiple disciplines, as well as to be able to measure and create repeat success in bringing on the right talent for the organization at the right time.
And as you know, our acronyms typically mean something relevant to the subject matter at hand.
We try.
So a team, we've got talent as the first piece. The team framework stands for talent, engage new hires, accelerate performance, and develop mastery. That's what we're looking for as we bring people in and accelerate them into their new roles.
With respect to talent, there's an additional framework. That framework is HIRE, H-I-R-E. The H stands for hunt. You got to find them. You got to find people who are the right folks for your organization, who are ready now to join your organization. The I is the interview. The interview is such an integral part of the hiring process that is usually phoned in. It's usually just done by a quick ad hoc committee. Grab somebody. Are you available? You're eating lunch? Come on in here. I got somebody to interview.
Come ask him some questions. I've got to run out for a minute.
Totally. With no choreography behind it, no rubric. That's the R around how you're scoring these interviews. And it's a waste of collective time, both of the interviewee as well as of the organization.
Because we don't know specifically what we're looking for.
No idea.
And then when it comes to the end, what were we unable to do?
Yeah, you're unable to find it.
And we can't evaluate.
Yeah.
And that's the final E of the HIRE framework.
That's right.
We need to evaluate against that rubric. Who are all the different people we interviewed, and how did they score against the different attributes that we really care about for this role?
It's the only way to create a repeatable process that allows the organization to scale effectively. And one of the benefits, we work with a lot of really fast-growing organizations, and sales talent is one of the most difficult to come by in the industry these days. So do you want to just compete with everybody else and with your pocketbook, as they say, with your wallet, to have to say, okay, I'm going to recruit from the same universities, the same talent that everybody's looking for, and pay them a ton of money to get them in the organization, even if that's not what you need, may not be a culture fit, may not be the right fit from an experience level, may not be the right fit from an education level. So when you run the HIRE framework, you're actually able to uncover what's right for your organization. This allows you to go to different pools of talent and to be able to bring them on board and ramp them towards mastery much more effectively, and that becomes competitive advantage.
Well, talent arbitrage.
Talent arbitrage.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so moving along with the team framework, once we've identified the talent, then we engage the new hires.
Yeah.
And this is a short Why aren't we onboarding them?
Yeah, onboarding drives me crazy, this concept of onboarding. Like, it could literally be like, I have just got you in the boat.
Okay.
You're on board.
Done.
Right? That's it. We're done. Phew. I walk away. And you know what? That's what a lot of organizations
Give me a trophy.
do. That's what a lot of organizations do.
Because it's easy.
They give you the trophy in the second week saying that you've completed onboarding, and now you will never get any more training. We're trying to ramp you towards 90 days, and after 90 days, we cut bait, and it's up to you. It is easy. The challenge is it creates attrition. It also creates a disenchanted new hire who feels as though they were pulled into an organization. They may have gotten some level of support for the first 2 weeks, and then they're left to their own devices.
Right.
And it again does a disservice to the individual and the organization because you're not providing a progressive means of growth. And if you're not providing growth for your people, then I don't understand how you're growing as an organization, unless you're just continuing to hire above them and level them. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that engage piece, think about how easy it would be to bring in a new hire and just talk at them for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With a bunch of things that they don't know that you know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super easy. You know what's hard? making someone great over time. And that's where we look at accelerating their performance through things like developing certification programs, where Hillman doesn't just know the words and the vocabulary and have that basic knowledge, but does he know how to apply it under pressure and in different scenarios that are relevant to what he's going to be doing in his job.
Practical scenarios. Like,
Practical.
What are you doing actually on a call, in a meeting? Not what did you do through the learning management system that you've checked a couple boxes and gotten a decent score, right? So the acceleration piece leads directly to mastery. We want to create people who master their roles, either because they're going to stay in that role and get better and better, which helps us to outpace the competition, or they're going to move into the next role. And if we have masters moving into the next role, they've done a couple things. One, they've demonstrated the ability to learn and apply new concepts. That's something that doesn't go away. That remains consistent throughout the next role. The other piece is that they're performing at the highest level inside of your organization. So this raises rises the tide of everyone inside of the organization. You may have heard the term of the frozen middle. This plagues sales organizations all over the world, where there are folks at the top who are outliers, who are just crushing it. You don't have to do anything with them. They're the folks at the bottom who probably aren't going to be around very long. And then there are the others that are inconsistent. They're kind of steady. They sometimes hit goals, sometimes they just barely miss. Every now and then they blow it out, but they stay there. And in aggregate, on average, they're subpar performers. Well, let's raise those folks up and create mastery inside of the organization.
And it's not just mastery of outcomes, it's mastery of how we got there.
Absolutely. So when you ask why we wrote the book, that's why we wrote the book. And the idea is that it is methodology agnostic, it is industry agnostic, it is irrespective of the size of your organization. Even, I would say, irrespective, granted, it's written for organizations that want to grow quickly because they have the most critical pain around talent. Yeah. But any organization.
If you're hiring salespeople.
Bottom line, if you're hiring salespeople, if you intend to hire salespeople, if you have hired salespeople and need to move them to the rest. Yeah, it's redo or do.
Internal promotion paths.
Yeah, internal promotion paths.
That's
absolutely. There's always time to engage, accelerate, and master. The book is, as all of our books are, highly actionable, frameworks that you can apply the moment you set the book down, and we'd love to hear your feedback.
Enjoy the book. Put it into practice. Thank you.